Ovo su neke malo drugačije. Sever. Naizgled prazan i providan, sever amputiran u nogu u gumenoj čizmi nosi. Beonjakom zaklanja urođenu manu, stari simulant, bezubo čudovište, ne miri se s postojećim stanjem stvari. Reskim glasom razbije mesec, u ogledalu traži lice Cezarovog ubice, šapuće u Eustahijevu slugu istorije, u dvostručenu stražu postavlja pred vrata svoje spavaće sobe, sa čih se zidova smeju na kostrešene ljudske lobanje u drvenim ramovima. S katancem na ustima iz kojih cure pseće bale, pseće seme, pseća krv. Puca od zdravlja nalakće na tamnu, nedodirnutu stranu smrti. Ja sam besmrtan, kaže histerično, ja sam Bog. Na nepcima tetovirani inicijale nosim, slanom ih slinom polivam da budu kreć, da budu merni instrumenti koje ništavnosti, hieroglifi sa zlatnim maljama na uskovitlanom kupku svemira.
Before I continue by reading his English translation of some other poems, just to tell you, this book can be given to everybody who participates. But Irena, Mehmeti, who didn't get the book yet from the participating points? Because Ibra printed exactly 11 books for everybody. Oh, this one. So there is, for those who didn't get in the reception desk at hotel, last night I left for Irena, for Mehmeti, and who else didn't get the one copy of this? We don't have it. So, as again said, I tried to do my best in translation of his poetry when he sent it to me, so kill me if you must. Last move. Waiting has a bone in his throat. Hidden winds in bird cages, in ashes. Shoot attempts of resurrection, the absence of light in the nostrils of the city does not diminish the sense of meaningless. Swan is the embodiment of horror with beak that ends with capitalized the letter on chocolate background. Wing of the fly in dog mouth is the obstacle to the abyss. Each return leaves a trail at the foot of the deceased. It is time to do last move, which still promises nothing.
Posljednji potez. Čekanje ima kost u grlu. Vetrovi skriveni u ptičim kavezima škrguću pokušajima uskrsnuća. Nepostojanje svetlosti u nozdrvama grada ne umanjuje smisao besmisla. Labud je oličenje užasa s kljunom koji se svršava velikim slovom na čokoladnoj podlozi. Krilo muve u psećim ustima prepreka je do provalije. Svaki povratak ostavlja trag na stopalu pokojnika. Čas je da se povuče posljednji potez koji još uvek ne obećava ništa.
Paradise. Right. Over there stops hoping sufferers. Widely stretched pupils seeks for salvation. Over there, where stops wandering, inflamed speakers with a stone under the tongue, within the eternal silence, mourn the silence. Over where the memory stops, time in one point compacted and sealed as a shell, simply does not exist. Over there, where life stops, begins eternal bliss without senses. He already read in our language this poem, so I will this poem, and I will do it in English for you. Apocalypse. Heavy smell of stored gunpowder flows through the arteries of civilization. Soldiers, with the gun stock instead of the brain, bangs old Zeus with bloody boots in the ribs, as almost tomorrow, pathetic trumpeter with the mechanical absence in the periscope instead of eye will play tattoo humanity. Letters of the vain grace. Pismo. Yes. First he will read it in BiH Spanish, then I will introduce it.
Slova uzaludne molitve. U meni još samo tinjaju djelići davnog spokoja. Od ostatka mozga grozničavo slažem simetrični mozaik. Opkoljeno sa svih strana egzekutivnom porukom novinskih naslova, srce otkucala petu Beethovenovu simfoniju. Vojničke čizme kao vaške bišteni svesti, isključujem čula, zatvorenih očiju nazdravljam potomstvu. Damljenici smo sa slamkom razuma u šakama, ni otkuda došli, u ništa ćemo biti pretvoreni, konfete rasute po univerzumu, slova uzaludne molitve, ogledni miševi pod staklenim zvonom političara. Zemljo, progutat ćete sopstvena kopila.
Letters of the vain grace. In me just smolder the pieces of ancient peace. From the rest of the brain, I feverishly consolidates symmetrical mosaic. Surrounded from all sides with the executive message of the headlines, heart is ticking. Beethoven's Fifth Symphony, military boots as lices I kick out from my conscience, excluding the senses. With eyes closed, I pledge to the seed. We are drones, with straw of the reason in fists. Came out of nowhere, we will be transformed in nothing. Confetti scattered throughout the universe, the letters of futile grace. Demonstration mice under the bell jar of politicians' earth, you will be swallowed by your own bastards. Now, Mehmeti. Kosovo, Serbia, Serbia, and I'm sending this to America. Pošaljem američkom sadi. Poslali američkom. Ne, negdje smo. Okay. So, we just have agreed upon, and now you have to listen. Giuseppe and Marius Chelaru will be also involved in the reading of this poetry, because I will read some in English, and then Giuseppe and Marius will come here, and when he reads in BiH language in Albania, you will read in Italian and Romanian, if you may please. Thank you. Sisyphus works. I start counting up to 100. 1, 2, 3. After 43, numbers and years are confused. As tic-tacs of a clock late at night and like a heartbeat after crazy scat. I start from the starting point again. 1, 2, 3. Immense boulder back, Sisyphus work, hey. 7 years. Who says that 7 years are 7 days? Interior devil deceives, for so long a child will be born and be ready for school. For so long, so long, we could have 7 children, as in tale after 7 hills and mountains. After 7 seas and suns, they would gather stars of universe and would keep in neck as large jewelry. 7 years are not 7 days, as interior devil says. And the third one, better transformation. Heart flame, faded away. Serpent revealed in tongue. Facial brittleness, grey hair, turned into cobra bite. Poison will hurt forever. stinging the top of the head and finger inside heart. I must be half young to play the game. The game is no sense if you are late. So Marius, please sit here.
No, it's okay here.
Sit here, please all three of you here.
Which one? Șapte ani. Cine spune că 7 ani sunt 7 zile? Minte diavolul din lăună. Într-atâta timp s-ar naște un copil și ar crește pentru școală. Într-atâta timp am putea să avem 7 copii ca în poveștile după 7 dealuri și munți, după 7 mări și aștri. Am adunat stelele Universului și le-am pune în șirat de podoabe ale iubirii. 7 ani nu sunt 7 zile, cum spune diavolul din lăuntru.
7 ani. Sette anni. Chi dice che 7 anni sono 7 giorni? Dice bugie il diavolo, perché a quel tempo nascerà il bambino e sarà pronto per andare a scuola per quel tempo. Per quel tempo potevamo avere 7 figli come in una favola, dietro 7 colline e montagne, dietro i 7 mari, dei soli, raccoglieremo le stelle dell'universo e li terremo allacciati come un gioiello d'amore. 7 anni non sono 7 giorni, come dice il diavolo interiore. Molto bello. Questa è la trasformazione
Paradoxale. Își sprijină frunte de geamuri rece, privind spre peisajul de dincolo de drum. Operație ocazională, care calmează durerile cronice de cap. Își sprijină palmele de acea gheață. De departe, observă datele câinelui turpat, în întunericul neatins, simte sirenele ambulanței, șuieratul vigilios al vântului, trosnetele fulgerele armelor. Ei, ce mare apare în fața acelui priveliș, cu palmele acoperă un întreg drum. Zeci de case ascund orizontul, ce tare apare el în fața dușmanilor învinși, de evenimentele ce se întâmplă afară. Dar, vai, ce mic și slab se descoperă el în interiorul său, cu bătăile inimii de pasăre neapărată.
Paradossale. Appoggia la fronte nel freddo vetro, fissando gli occhi nel paesaggio oltre la strada, operazioni occasionali che fanno fermare i suoi cronici mal di testa. Appoggia anche i palmi delle mani in quel gelo, da lontano sente l'intoccabile buio, il dente del cane rabbioso, sente le sirene delle ambulanze, il suono del vento che fischia furioso, e colpi di fucili e di fulmini. Ehi, com'è grande di fronte a quell'immagine, coprendo un'intera strada col palmo della mano, decine di case, pioppi all'orizzonte, come forte di fronte ai nemici giurati, dinanzi agli eventi che succedono fuori, ma quanto piccolo e quanto debole purtroppo il suo essere interiore, con il batticuore di uccello indifeso.
ja na albanski da pročitam pesmu, tako ću i na bosanski. Paradoksale. Vërtet balin në gjamin e ftohtë, ngull syt në peizazhin për te rrugës, veprimet rastësishme që ja pushtojnë dhembjen kronike kohës. Mbështet edhe shuplakat në taku, nga larg heton lërsirën e paprekur, në dhëmbin e qenit të qartur, ndjen sirenat e ndihmave të shpejta, peshklimën e stuhive të erës, krismat e pushkëve, rrofeve. Hej, sa i madh që është kundruar asaj pamje, me shuplak mbulon një rrugë të tërë. Vjetra shtëpi, lepat, horizontin, sa i fort, ka shjarmiqve të përbetuar, ngjarjeve që ndodhin jashtë, po sa i vogël, sa i dobët me det, ka shi brendisë vetë, me rahazemët zogu të pambrojtur. 7 vjet. Kush thot se 7 vjet janë 7 ditë, gënjen djalli brendis. Për aq kohë do të lindej fëmia, do të bëjë për shkollë, për aq kohë, për aq do të kishim mundër të kemi 7 fëmijë që si më të rrallë, pas 7 kodrave, maleve, pas 7 deteve, dijeve, do t'i mblidhnin yjet e gjithësisë, do t'i mbanim në qafë stoli dashurisë. 7 vjetë, nuk janë 7 ditë, si thot djalli i brendisë. Peizazh i ngrirë. Të pash për herë të fundit një detin e ngrirë, duke ecur lehtë, e nynë, e akut, flok shprishur. Tretëshe një farë mjegullet të bardh, ecje, mbi shkumë valësh, drejt horizontit të kristalit ecje. Unë mbetesha larg e më larg teje. Shtrija duart më kot të prek, më kot frisja emrin tënd, pash si nga ato valë, si rez, zez, vreshi, u shfaq bajlozi të rëmbeu pa mshirshëm, si në këngën e Gjergje Lezalis, vetëm për një natë grabiti, vetëm për një qast efshit vram. Miranda, isha dëshiruar këtë kjo të mbetej ëndër, e pa përsëritur, si peizazhi i ngrirë në kolazhet e piktorit. Sad bi nešto na bosanskom, srpsko-hrvatsko i bosansko. Ili južnoslovenskom, kako to kaže.
Južnoslavenski jezik, bosanska, hrvatska i srpska.
Brojim nezasite. Pesma se zove Bez potrebe. Brojim nezasite i vidim da je slagao. Slagao je on kad je rekao prostit mi je put. Iskaljuje žuč neprohodnim putem, krvari rana. Sada neprestano posmatram zvijezde, kumovu slamu i sanjam starački jedan moj deo neba. Rintajući uzalud lobanju moju držim u rukama, tražeći mjesto da bih je zakopao. Ponovno od početka, možda bespotrebno, brojim nezasite oganj potop i tako dalje. Nećete biti više. Iskopaš li mi samo jedno oko, ostaće mi drugo, da bih video onog što me oslijepi. Isečeš li mi samo jednu ruku, samo jednu nogu, ostaće mi druga. Čutke ću doći k tebi kao u pozorištu skakućući i ti znaš, za osvetu potreban je samo jedan prst. Isečeš li mi jezik, oglušiš li mi uho, mogu razumjeti tvoja urlikanja i odgovoriti tebi onako kako budem htio. Postanem li torzo otadžbine, moji će potomci imati sve udove, a ti, tebe neće biti više. Nad njihovom glavom da ih načiniš kamenjem druma i da im obaviješ sunce celine. Mislim da je dobro. Hvala.
Gorgio Bolla, please. Italia.
Pensa Yemen, Italia poi. Un po' italiano, un po' spagnolo, un po' francese e un po' inglese. Como es lindo el mi gato, improvisado sobre la madera del mundo, las alas a comentario del día, como vuela el mi gato, arrochadas a la libertad del tiempo, acudie la noche. My cat, Ange. La petite fleur chercherà la lune e viendrà sul mon pas. Piccolo fiore ti corre dietro la notte, vince il sogno. Piccolo fiore, hai aperto il cuore, ora non più, pas plus. I will send to you my heart of whitish lion in evening of August, over the mountains and the grasslands of my lips, above a carpet of dewy tears. The rise of earth in ravines above afternoons, on parvis or crests of hilly swellings, white into the rivers, like shadow on open cutters of sky. The snow leopard has arrived on its rocks, an absolute dream. The last poem is in Italian language, Sarajevo. Le guerre arrivano a frotte sui colli della pace. Dopo il sangue, la pelle e il sudore del cuore, musiche di ali bagnate dal caldo azzurro sul lago dell'uomo, of the man. Thank you, Sarajevo. Now, the town of the peace. Now, thank you.
Please read more. Read more if you want. Read more.
Ancora!
Vi leggo?
Ancora.
Altre ancora?
Yes.
Ancora!
Va bene? Italiano, quella del...
Not just few poems, just few
Quella
poems.
del sito in cuore, in italiano ce l'hai? Non qua, salite. Non l'ho letta in italiano. Ce l'ho a casa. Beh, la leggo in inglese. Climbs. Falls of the moon, dry up in your eyes, when I hazard Charles, gliding over swift climbs.
I am afraid more than you do. After all, I claim the sense of the world and I cross hidden tree shores. But you secure your need for me in ardent suns of benches attached to expected climbs. And today, in the morning, I have written this poem in Italian. L'acqua del lago ti increspa il viso quando il bianco della tua tomba scende su di io, abbraccia le foglie di una morte lontana. A Canadian soldier morto in Visoko. Canadian soldier. Thank you.
Thank you. So, shall we go strictly, because we have still half an hour before we have a concert, 7:15. Is anybody would like to catch and to jump into and read some of his poems, or shall I read some of my own?
Shall we read some of Goran's poems?
What?
Goran's poems?
Oh, Goran, he has to go. He said that he has to leave because of the So I'll read some of my poems. Why not? I will read first in English some, and then I will read some in my BiH language. Foots. Within the twilight of my memories, footprint of her resurrections. I'm struggling on the run, not getting. The pain is immeasurable, my fault. Infatuated, I continue to pray and love. Because she is always here, remains resuscitated, awaiting me. The reflection of my own madness is shining within the night of my restlessness, treating the cries of human dreams I cannot do alone, with whom I will and when. There is particularly one poem in which I am very keen in. She, the poet. The poem about her decanted with my tears, through decades of rises, and within the time of blanching light flashes, so the distance and intention. The poem disappeared with the turn of her, and my wrong of she is my poem. Just to read something in my language, as Nico said, and I appreciate that, what he said, just to find out here. This is also. Nastavi spavati, sigurice. Njene oči su planteće bile u rasutim snovima mojim. Nisam se čudio tom liku iz bajke koji sam kreirao. Jedino što me je boljelo je bila njena slika na svim javnim mjestima. Od podzemne željeznice i sve do obližne žitove. Otišao sam do vlastite sjene i rekao joj: izbrisat ću te kao da te nikada nije ni bilo. Nasmiješila se i otišla dalje, kao obližen billboardu uz riječi: zaboravljaš, maestro, da onoga trenutka kada sam nastala, tvoj naum je prestao. Ljepota je in the eye of the beholder. Gledalca ovaj put. Uzeo sam kist i zario ga u ruku koju sam mi nacrtao. Nećeš više. Esencija. Molitva je suština spoznaje. Još kada je iskrena u biću vlastitome, tada više je potrebna, molitvom postaješ sam. Buđenje. Osjećaj sopstvenog ludila blješti u noći mojih nemira. Liječiti vapaje ljudskih snova ne mogu sam. S kim ću i kada? A sada ona pjesma. Pjesma o njoj, Mehmeti, ja sam šutio kad si ti govorio poeziju. Ona pjesma o njoj, optočena mojim suzama, dekadama nastajaše. I u trenutku izblijedjelosti svjetlost bljesnu daljinom i namjerom. Nestade pjesme sa njenim povratkom, varam li se ili je ona moja pjesma. Vice versa, now in English. Cozy darkness resonates chill. Chillness, light gravitate towards warmth. And everything would be just fine, like withered flowers of faith, if only I knew that I'm able to express the truth, and not lie to me and you. Sarajevo, now and then. Morning in Sarajevo was murky this year as the year before, like my soul, on this drizzly and dim evening hanging around. Cold June evening, morning tomorrow. Resurrection. Fully awake, raw reality is an obstacle to my coming. It was easier before 2000 than were the believers. Unauthentic poets. Once upon a time, I searched for myself in you. I was yet to realize that unauthentic poets hang around waiting for the seer to perish. I can't let them triumph, and not because of me, because of you. I'm neither the important one nor the ideal one. They are the illusion of their own intention. And me, I'm the reality of your core. The mother of all poems. 30 years ago, I wrote my first poem. At least I thought that it was a poem. I still write poems, and I still think that I'm writing poems. Perpetuum mobile in the Balkans. I stepped into backyard and had entered into backyard patio and had coffee, Turkish coffee, espresso with my neighbor, fellow citizen. Then after I took a pistol revolver and shot myself, put a bullet through my head. Language does not fire bullets, however, the words you use can end your life. Maestro and Margarita, Master and Margarita of 21st century. Very well inspired with Bulgakov's Maestro and Margarita. Heat of my own vanity sneaks into entangled spores of my degeneration. All aboard! Shouts the black cat while the streetcar named Desire cuts off the imbecile's head. My life is too short to grasp that I have not lived at all. Would anybody else like to read his or her poets now? I think it's enough from my side.
Translation in French or Italian, no English.
No problem. Read, please do. Read, please do. Please.
Sarajevo is a great city, very inspirative for the poet. You have many poets in my city. For example, Lady Leila Rimanović is very young. Is a performer, poet. This is Yugi. Only 25 years. He is a great person. If you have time, you also invite Lady Leila for one part of this. Come on. I present Lady. This very, very hard work. You have, look, this is new time now.
Well, I'm glad that I'm now in official situation to say hello to everybody, to welcome you in Sarajevo at the International Festival Sarajevo Winter, which has a long tradition, 29 years as you know, and next year it will be 3rd year of this festival. This is also the biggest festival probably in Europe because it is the only festival which is longer than 1 month, which has all arts in itself. So it's not only about literature or poetry, it's also about music, about visual arts, about theater, about movies. So I'm glad, and I think you can be all honored to be part of this big festival.
Also, I invite Lady for one poem, if you like, in English or in Bosnian. It is normally also a very important family, Alimanović. Father, this lady is great jazz musician, Sinan Alimanović. This is really excellent grandfather. Father is grandfather write poetry like Dalinka. You have a really exceptional occasion for this contact with lady. I hope the future you have great cooperation with new generation from my country, from my city.
Okay, I will try to tell you one of my songs in English. Probably I don't have so much songs in English, and I hope that I will remember all the lyrics because it's a little bit long. And it was the song for the Biennale of Young Artists of Europe and Mehmeti. I made a short movie with it. It's called like Is This Not Symbiosis? Yes. The moment when a man sails into the world and fills his lungs with the first breath of air, without interferences, without distinction, with the instinctive knowledge of natural laws and pain. Well, we already learned and later forgot that cut of the umbilical cord that shows us that symbiosis was and dissolve. Through the years, the urban sprawl becomes ubiquitous. You access the societies, losing your sobriety. Then, the construction of universes, surveillance everywhere, your anxious irresponsibility and regard for everyone here. The differences are sown in schools and buildings, terraces and classes. We're all made in races. The propaganda church is trapped in cash. Then again, you fail, no one even cares for you or me. We are surrounded by the domino effect of irresponsibility, but flow, just go low, no barracks, conspiracy, Deus ex machina is your son, my enemy. Don't move, just hurt, now that you are bland. I have many messages from now on to send. Self-absorption creates hundreds of faces, sketches with no shadows, assassins in phases who work counterclockwise, whose thoughts come intermittently, they have no autonomy. Barred is reality and full of ordered hate. Is there any fate or how to pay the endless rates? It is only a short step from smoke to fire. Nationalist fabrication is very desired here where the mind is not hired. Individuality is also fired. But to resume the end of my tale, I go through that is calling out to me, the truth is revealed to me, we all return to unity. So, to even when symbiosis goes on, even though we think the sun is setting, it is rising infinitely. There's the song, it was short a little bit because I can't remember all the words, so that's enough for me to
Bravo. I also... Također bih htio reći da I explained you, this lady also is great singer.
I won't sing to you now, but I can recite the song one more time, but in Bosnian.
Well, excellent. I like it.
Hvala gospodinu Spahiću što je ovako prozvao. Da. I onda kada čovjek isplovi na svijet sa punim prvim plućima, bez posrednika razlika u spoznaju o bolima i prirodnima zakoni sve vidljivi, pa da. Tek tada smo naučili, tad kad smo se ispupčili, da je sve simbioza. Godinama oko tebe divlja šuma rasteš, istupaš u kaste, ostaješ bez mašte, pa sklapanje svemira, gomile nazora, svi bi bili zaslužni za rađanje tvog razvoja. Razlike tu si po školama, u zgradama, terasama i klasama, metodologija stasala na logura, basala u rasama, pa kasarna i samo idi dalje. Iz mašine Boga gradi, ne radi, ne radi, jadi u flow. Iz licemjerja nasta i gomila lica, bez sjena, skica, ubica. U kontrasmjeru kazaljke na satu što ispiše nam prava, vraćamo se u realu, tamo normala, uz oceane kiča, šunda, čini se da štima nacionalna netrpeljivost, stalno se cima, da od dima vatre ima, da se kaže svima mržnje ima, ne može se živjeti sa njima. A gladi ima i velikih banaka, nigdje ne postoji više stranaka, kad treba biti loše bude jer se tako kaže, sad harmoniju traže, prijedloge lažne. Šta nam sada treba za simbiozu ljudske misli, samo pustiti je da bude, ne postoji smisao samo. Tamo i zakon ga je zakočio, civilizacija odlučila, na duh se stručila što sa svime je jedno. Ukinut simbiozu zbog papirnatog zadovoljstva, zar je vrijedno, zar je odgovorno, zar to nije vrijedno. Ali onda idu moja cimanja, nekakva snimanja, saneta skidanja, okvirna snimanja. Zar ovo nije simbioza s vama, njima svima, na kraju krajeva, ako ništa sad na BiH planu, Rima ima. Ali da navučem konac priče, odlazim do smrti, pred očima mi viče, istina kliče, vraćam se nazad u jedno biće. Eto daljnje simbioze, sad popijte piće, nazdravite u ime koje je zašlo dok stvari vječno sviče.
During all the time, during the marathon poetry, you have a possibility for also one music show with this lady. This is really, if you have guitar, classical, if you have other instruments, you have a really great person. I'm sure you have a possibility for next marathon in Sarajevo, connect totally different people from my country. Very young and very open for the communication. It's not only people for the improvisation. This is people very educated, and people very strong message for the world. My country is totally different. You have in the different part of the world now, all the cross-border country, you have many problems about economic and social issues. If you discuss about work in Roma today, in the theater, or in Torino, or in Sicilia, if you speak about the problem in the people in the Serbia and Belgrade, only for the travel between the Belgrade and Sarajevo, it's very difficult.
Yeah.
It's very difficult. Not by road. It's not very expensive. This is problem. You have new borders, economical. It's not national borders. It's not social borders. Nothing others. You have a very big problem for the normal life in this country. The other country. We have 500,000 people out of the normal life. Not any jobs in this time in Sarajevo. You have about 400,000 people in the same situation in Croatia, a new European country. You have 1,000 people in Serbia, Montenegro, in all the area. southeastern Europe. It's not like Germany, the great country, my old continent Europe. It's not very stable. Also in Spain, Portugal, Italy, Greece. I present one exhibition during the Sarajevo Winter Festival before the 1 month in this gallery. I invite really great photographer from the Greece and the other world about crisis in this Athena and Thessaloniki, small country. You have a very dramatical message from the street. You have a very strong message by people. This is normally poverty in the Greece now. You have rich people, very important people. You have new elite in the Europe. At the same time, you have thousand, million people in disastrous conditions. This is not message for the poet. It is also time for the poetry. It is also time for the work in a totally different context. If you have a possibility for prepare next year, for example, one big manifestation between the DIOGEN and the me for the new marathon, I expect you 3 very important moments for my country. Next year, 2014, we have 100 years after the First World War. You know very well the story about Gaulle Principle, Ferdinand and Sofia. You have also 30 years after the first edition of the Sarajevo Winter Festival. It's not a memory only, this is 30,000 artists during the 30 years in Sarajevo Winter Festival.
Only one person was more on power, but in political power, than Ibrahim Spahić. Josip Broz Tito was longer chief of the state than he is the chief of the...
You know why I invite you also for the next year? Is totally different structure artist. Each person in this room is one world. This is totally new. For example, from Morocco to Poland, from Germany to Estonia, from Serbia to Montenegro, from Montenegro to Albania, Kosovo, from Italy, Turkey, from Greece and others. Why I invite you all the years? Not this is open friendship, my friend Sabahudin. For me, the world is not possible really if you against poetry, if you destroy people like you. It is really disaster. Today is not only International Day for the Poet, International Day for the old people, normal people in the world. At the same time, before the 2 hours, I explained the situation about North and South of Korea. I normally write poetry in this space. And, for me, really incredible. At the same time, you and me, by online, one great marathon of the poetry. In the north and south of Korea, you have the same family, in the same space. You know, 2 different rivers of the Korea. This is border between the 2 sons or 2 sisters or 2 brothers of the nothing. And its poetry is really force. The energy, the synergy, important not for the message only. It's very individual, very specific art form. For this reason, I thank you for your coming to me. I hope you have in this room in the room of poet Mehmeti, you know very well. This is room of my gallery. This is room of really incredible artwork about Warsaw Ghetto. Sarajevo is only one city during the Second World War protect people by people, person by person, Jewish people in this city. You have many victims, Jewish in Sarajevo during the war. Many victims from my family, other family, protect all the Jewish family, children and all person, all men and women in a garden like first house. This is cultural, traditional, of the common life. It's not question political about intercultural, interreligious connection. It is not circumstances about new political project for the Europe in the future. This is a real life in the United States. Okay, I invite you for the continue. Next edition is Peace, Art and the Freedom. You have three important issues: peace and art and the freedom in the same time. The one symbol for the peace, art and freedom, unique symbol in the world, is poem. If you know really, if you have capacity for the peace yourself, if you have also energy for excellent expression, freedom expression, if you have creativity, if you have really those innovative or the excellent connection with all other world, you have totally right seat for this reason. I now give floor for my friend Sabahudin, and you continue all the day.
I'd like you to stay. You would like to stay because the next issue, ipak ćemo krenuti da idemo sa poezijom kada završimo sa okruglim stolom, pošto smo već došli sa terminom do okruglog stola. We will continue with the round table now. We will discuss issue of communication, discourse within the modern poetry. All of us, and I would like you to stay if you would like to get involved in discussion about this.
Pleasure for me.
Watch some questions.
Okay, I one lady in this place. Possible. Great. This is my table in my university. Personally, it's a great pleasure for all the people come.